Well, we will go to module 2 of the course. Uh, in this, essentially, what we'll do is from it's a bottom-up approach, meaning from lower, how the cells form, what all kind of interaction a cell will take in a cell it takes place, what are the processes we'll study, and then later on as we go further with the course, we'll study about the higher level of organisms, organization of biological things. Here I'll go with the chemicals which are very essential for a cell to live. Okay. Before that, I have a question to you all. Uh, please unmute and answer the question. Okay. For example, I'll take a flask, and in the flask I add water, sugar, and salt. Okay, and just mix it. What will be the after I incubate? Say I'll leave it for some 24 hours, one day. After adding water, sugar, and salt, mixing it and leaving it for 24 hours, what will be the thing after 24 hours? What will happen to the liquid? Can anyone answer?
So the liquid will get reduced because of evaporation, and we'll have salt and sugar.
Okay, yeah, correct. So I'll not allow it to evaporate. I'll keep it in a very moist condition. Then what will be the consequence? What will be the outcome? As you told, dehydration, there will not be any dehydration, otherwise it will be same thing will be there. Okay. But now I'll give you one more scenario. I'll take a flask again. I'll add salt, sugar, water, plus something I'll add. But what is the something? Let me see who will answer. Same thing in the uppercase, whatever is there, same thing I'll be adding plus some question mark also I'll add. This question mark, let's see who will answer first. Okay, and then what will happen is after 24 hours, cells will come out of it. So what am I adding over here extra? Who can answer?
Sir, is it carbon?
Carbon, okay. Who answered? Can you tell your name and tell me?
Shivani.
Shivani, okay. Shivani, carbon. Okay, then see, sugar is made up of carbon only, isn't it?
Sir, protein.
Okay, protein. Who was that?
Saraswati, sir.
Saraswati, protein. So, yeah, some more, any options? Yeah, carbon and proteins. Then anyone can guess. Please guess. Even if you're not a biology in you have not taken biology in your plus two, plus one, even then you can try answering. It's a logical.
Nucleic acids.
Hey, who was that?
Shivani, sir.
Shivani gave two answers, carbon and nucleic acids. Okay, then okay, Harshini. Harshini will answer. Yeah, what do you think it is?
I also thought of proteins, so I'm not sure. But
Okay, proteins. Okay, then Nandana.
Yes, sir.
Nandana. Yeah. What is your guess? What am I adding extra? Yes, Nandana.
Yes, sir. I don't know.
What do you think, Maya? What is the magic powder?
Sir, East?
Who was that?
Hitesh, sir.
Hitesh. Hitesh, what is your background? Which biotech?
No, sir,
Or
ECE.
in which EC? So Hitesh is correct. So see over here, you add one organism. He told yeast, but not only yeast, any kind of microorganisms or anything you add. That is the magic thing over here. Okay. Uh, so in the salt, sugar, water, you just add any living organisms cell, and you give the optimal conditions for them, and magic and all these things will be utilized and cells will come out. This is a real magic actually, which is happening. And from many years and even till now also, people are wondering how this magic is happening. Because one cell, it can proliferate or replicate and give us to other cells. And it can utilize whatever is there in the nature. The hydration is very important, the water is very important, the carbon is very important, and other salts are very important. Okay, cells can come up. What is the secret? Nobody still a lot of research is going on. From several years, several centuries also this question is there. But what exactly, how this process will occur, though we have some hints and all, it is not very clear. Okay, but this is something real magic, and this magic which is there will be studying in this course. Okay, so we'll study what this particular cell is made up of, and how the process inside the cell will occur. It is a real industry, miniaturized industry which will be there inside this. That is making all the kinds of production of new cells. The salt sugar will be utilized by this, like an industry, it will be consuming this and making new cells. So that is what we are studying over here. So let's see how this particular thing will take place. This magic is taking place. Okay. So welcome to the magic which I'll be telling in the due course of time. This is what is a real thing. Okay. So, and this magic, just see one cell, it proliferates, it just takes the micro-environmental and nutrients which is present, and from that it keeps on dividing, and then you have a whole human baby itself, and which is giving rise. The cells will develop into a human and later elders. Okay, and not only this is one example, but this is how even all life forms in the whole earth take place, and how this actually processing is taking place is something a magic which will bring later on. Okay, and the main thing for this magic to take place is the carbon. So chemically, when you see chemistry, it's all because of the carbon. Because when you see the valence electron in the outermost shell having around 4 electrons, and these, it is ready to pair with any other elements. Okay, so that is how it can make and break so many different organic molecules, and that will actually give rise to life. So the central role is played by carbon, though silicon also can have, but on Earth we have all the life forms based on carbon kind of thing. So only they say like if you in other planets, though we are seeing for life, it may not. Some scientists say that it may not be based on carbon; it may be based on silicon. Life might exist over there. That's also one hypothesis is that. Okay. So one more very important thing is a cell. When you take a cell, so essentially what is happening is over here, individual cell also survives, and many number of cells, multicellular, although it can become one individual and they can also survive. So all the different intermediates in between also they survive as a different species. We say them different species, though the particular metabolism, which are the kind of processes that occurs into the cell is similar. Multicellular, when they become, they all say, for example, humans. When you see one average human body will have around 10 trillion or more number of cells. So it's not a joke. Okay, 10 trillion and more means it's not a trivial thing also. All the cells, they have to cooperate. And this kind of higher level of cooperation is there. And the cell also is busy with many processes inside. We'll study them later on. And as a multicellular individual also, lot many complex phenomena occurs. Okay, some we'll study here, but it's really an interesting thing for an engineer to know these things. Okay, because it has evolved from millions and billions of years, life forms, and they have learned how to actually survive and innovate, which here in biological terms we call adaptation. There they in engineering terms we can call it as innovation. Okay, that we see. The main thing is carbon-based life, which is also when carbon is present, it is the organic chemistry which is there, and carbon-based life is there everywhere. And essentially, as I told, individual cell to multicellular entity, the basic principle involved is basic biomolecules will be there. Okay, these basic biomolecules only they will this we call monomers, and they will all form together. Many entities of monomers will come together, they will form polymers, and this is what is basic principle which occurs. If you just look at a cell, how it metabolizes or anything, it may look very complex, but if you want to see simplistically, it contains only 4 different things, monomeric building blocks. Okay, and this monomeric building block will club together, will group together, called polymeric substance components, and these polymers will be acting everywhere. Okay, and this also is a very simple chemistry which is occurring over here. Not again, when you see the basics, it's all very simple kind of thing. Okay, so the whole thing in the cell, what the cell is doing, when you see, it is either making up of molecules, the polymeric molecules, or if polymeric, for example, you eat some uh, say you eat idli, dosa, vada, or some rice, or pizza, or something, it's all containing polymeric substances. And this polymeric substances will be broken up into simple things. And what essentially the cell is again doing is, from simple things, it's again making polymers. Different kinds of polymers, what all is required for the cell is made up, and what is some monomeric substances which the cell requires will be broken up over here. Breaking and making of substances, that is what is essentially happening in the cell. So how does breaking occur? uh, just see, when you add this breaking down, so when you add water, say these are 1, 2, 3, 4 is the monomeric substances, okay? Uh, and this monomeric substances, when H2O will come in, then what will happen is the hydrogen will bond to one, a hydroxyl group will bind to one, and it will break this. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 has been broken down into 1, 2, 3. Again, if hydrolysis occurs over here, it breaks down. So breaking and making. How making, for example, over here, water molecule was taken in. Here the water molecule was this H2O. If it is left out, this will build up. Say 1, 2, 3 monomers were there. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 polymers will happen. This how the chain will go on building, and the built up one we eat, the cell will uptake them, again break them into. So dehydration reaction is the making up reaction, hydrolysis reaction is the breaking down reaction. These are the two things which are essentially happening inside the cell. Now, for example, over here, let's go back. So here I told cell is proliferating, and what the cell is actually doing, it is constructing newer cells, means it is essentially just doing the breaking up or making up of polymeric substances, which are essentially carbon based, okay? And polymeric substances will be formed by dehydration reaction, by making up, and thus when breaking down by hydrolysis reaction, it will come down to basic monomeric components of it, okay? This is what essentially is happening everywhere in the life. So one cell is just like a factory, a big factory, and what is manufactured in the factory is, one cell will manufacture many cells, like it showed in the previous slide. And how that manufacture will take place is, it will manufacture just by dehydration reaction and makes a long polymer, and it furthers the energy is derived from breaking up of molecules which is taken inside. So this becomes a raw material, okay? So the shuffling only is happening, and it takes inside, it hydrolyzes, then it shuffles, it makes whatever the cell needs, and dehydration reaction. So making up and breaking up, or dehydration and hydrolysis reactions are the essential things which the cell is doing, and that is how you see, like when you give us some salt, sugar, and water in a flask with a cell, the cell can do only dehydration and hydrolysis reaction and produce many number of cells together, okay? That is the basic principle which is there. Essentially, it is like building a constructing a building. So making up, they are all making up, dehydration reaction is occurring over here. So here you also see some laborers who are doing the making of a reaction, and those we'll study later on, who are the cell laborers, okay? Essentially, when you see in a cell, these are the four biomolecules which will be there. These four biomolecules, one is the nucleic acids, one is called lipids, one is called carbohydrates, and one is called proteins. Essentially, these four different biomolecules they break down and make up into different components of the cell, and thus a new cell has been manufactured. Okay, and we are also having around 10 trillion or more than that cells, and they are all, each cell in us also is making the same thing to survive. Okay, and this, if you can see what are the functions of the cells, how to make for that you say you want to construct a building. So initially what will happen is an architect will make a blueprint of your building. Then the civil engineer will help in construction, but the architect will actually make the mark where what kind of building, and if you are building a home, also domestic home, where a kitchen should be there, where the bedroom should be there, where the drainage should be there, everything that architecture will map and give you the blueprint. So how to make the building, blueprint is required. So blueprint is by the genetic information. Okay, the nucleic acids, so they will have the blueprint. Otherwise, say for example, if we don't have that information, we may not exist as humans itself. So because we are having the genetic information, the blueprint, we are always proliferating as humans only. And some bacteria will proliferate as bacteria. A cat will, because the blueprint is having that information how to construct the building. So the construction will be like this only, depending on the blueprint. Now, once the construction happens, how the construction happens is by dehydration reaction. Chemistry is working over there, and for that dehydration, before you need the whole cell has to be covered. Like for example, over here you see they construct bricks and they cement it. Similar way, the cement or the bricks will be your lipids. Okay, so lipids I'll tell in detail later on, but lipids are the ones which will give us to a support for the whole thing, just like cement or bricks. Apart from that, they will also have other kind of functions. And if you want to construct a building, for all the employees, laborers, everyone involved, you will have to spend energy, spend some money. So energy is very much important, and how that energy source, the economy source is provided as here in the cell, it is a carbohydrate importantly, but nevertheless even other things like lipids, proteins or nucleic acid also can provide the fuel. Nevertheless, very predominant fuel is the carbohydrates. So we have the four different things which will be there, and carbohydrates is the real providing the economy to construct. So you have the construction which will be done by the blueprint, then it will be constructed, stabilized by the lipids. It will be the fuel will be provided, or the economy will be provided by the carbohydrates, and the one who is constructing, the laborers are the proteins over here. Okay, they are the workers, the personnel who are constructing. So in a cell, if you view just like constructing a building, you have all the four different kinds of chemical structures itself that will do all the four work. by constructing a building. Okay. Nevertheless, apart from their work, like workers or blueprint or structural support of fuel, they also have some important things like communication, transport, proteins can be involved in these things. I'll be telling you in detail about it later on as the class goes, so we go further. Okay. And essentially, what will happen is there are this kind of cycle going on. Just a minute, I'll have some water. So essentially, it is all a cycle which is happening. So again, come again, when you provide the chemicals, cell will be able to proliferate. How the cell will be able to proliferate is by two things: making up, that is a dehydration reaction, which we call technically; breaking up, which we call technically as the hydrolysis reaction. And for us breaking up and making up, what will happen is a cell will have four different biomolecules which will function to make up the cell, and that will only help in breaking up the cell. And same thing, if you see in the environment, not only a single cell, even between different life forms, this kind of interaction is there. For example, the photosynthesis, the plant, they in school you might have taught that they make their own food. Food in the sense, now you have come to college level, university level, so you should not use the same terminology that you use to the school, like they what is photosynthesis, you should not say they make their own food, but whereas you should now technically say that the food we know is fixed carbon. Okay, like the sugars, carbohydrates, they make their own carbohydrates. They fix the carbon that will be taken in. The fixed carbon will be taken in by the heteros. We call them as heterotroph, autotroph, because auto they can manufacture their own organic molecule. This takes the manufactured organic molecule, the fixed carbons, and they break by hydrolysis reaction, and they make their body according to whatever blueprint is there, they make their body. So each one of the species is having their own blueprint, and accordingly it will make proliferate. Okay. So till here, did everyone get the basic principle, or if any questions is there, I'll be happy to answer before I go into detail. Do anyone have to ask anything, or you didn't understand, you want me to explain once again? You can ask me now. Any questions, comments, or anything? Okay, I assume nothing is there. So let's go on. Now, as I told you, there are four different macromolecules or the biomolecules, which you say. Again, they are all centered on the carbon atom. So based on the carbon atom only, all these four biomolecules are there. Okay, they are one is sugars or carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates are called sugars. So carbohydrates, nucleic acids, so other here the proteins and the lipids. Okay, so now we shall study these four different things which are based on carbon. Okay, the lipids, carbohydrates, proteins, and the nucleic acids. So I've simplified very much over here. Based on this only, the cell is doing all the work. Okay, so making up and breaking up. It may break up carbohydrates, what we take in, and make up nucleic acids or proteins or lipids. It may break up lipids or it may make up any of these things. So it is essentially making a shuffling the thing. It breaks up, it shuffles, and it makes up whatever is the demand of the cell and makes up new cells. It tries to proliferate. Okay, this is something important. This is the one thing which the robots have failed. For example, the robots cannot proliferate. So if a proliferation is not there, thus it is a non-living thing. Otherwise, you can simulate, even the artificial intelligence can be given, it can perform all the actions, but it cannot proliferate just like life forms. And that proliferation essential things is these are the four dehydration reaction and the hydrolysis reaction is the very essential things. Okay. Now let's see the four different macromolecules or the biomolecules which are very important for the life. Okay. The first one is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, and you see, they are also made of different carbon atoms. And carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates is 3-carbon sugars. Okay, when they have 1, 2, and 3 carbon sugars. And here, carbohydrates always you have the division of them into aldoses and ketoses. Aldoses are this carbonyl group, which is the CO, will be at the end of carbon skeleton. Whereas over here, you see, it will be within the carbon skeleton. Okay, so it becomes a ketone. So this becomes a aldehyde, CHO, and this becomes a CO ketone. So you have glyceraldehyde, which is a very simple sugar inside a body. For example, if you break down glucose, glucose is this one, C6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, H12, and O6. That is the sugar, how you write, glucose, how you write. That when broken down, it may produce glyceraldehyde, and ketose, glyceraldehyde, and just like that, similar 3-carbon ketoses, example is dihydroxyacetone. Okay, this is also an initial product of glucose. And then you have pentoses, which will have 5 different carbon atoms. And very important is the ribose, which will all be later on seeing when we study about the nucleic acid. And ketose, when you see ribulose, is also a very important intermediate of photosynthesis. Okay, so ribose and ribulose. And when you see 6-carbon sugars, glucose, galactose, and the same 6-carbon will have fructose. These sugars, they can also form ring structures or even a linear structure. And these are called as monosaccharides. So these are simple sugars, how the carbohydrate will be there. Now when this is polymerized, it will make up into polymeric material. Okay, that the cell requires. Either they can undergo a dehydration reaction and construct more polymers, or they can undergo hydrolysis reaction. Like this, they can make the simple sugars which will be there. Okay. Then you have the disaccharides. For disaccharides, what will happen is two different monosaccharides like glucose, we saw glucose when they join together. Again over here, when something is joined, the HOH group will go out as H2O. So dehydration. So you're dehydrating. So hydration is giving H2O, dehydration is taking away H2O, and then you stick these two things, so it will construct maltose, that is disaccharide, which will have two different glucoses. Okay. Similar way, if for example over here there we saw ketose, okay, like fructose, but glucose and fructose both had similar 6 carbon, which will be there in the linear, but when you make the ring structure, it looked like differently. This looked like a pentose. But glucose and fructose, when you do a dehydration, it will give us to disaccharide called sucrose. Sucrose, we all know, like the sugar normally which you take in say coffee or tea. So sugars are made up of sucrose. Okay. And similar way, for example, any disaccharide, you just hydrolyze them. H2O can be taken in, and you can break them into glucose and galactose. Lactose especially, which is there in the milk, the sugar. Lactose is made up of glucose plus galactose. Okay. And this is an enzyme. I'll tell you later on what are enzymes. They are the real workers which will do the work of construction or destruction. So here destruction is happening, breaking down by hydrolysis reaction, and lactose will go into glucose and galactose. Similar way, polysaccharides can be built, and you saw the simple sugars which are monosaccharides, and then disaccharides. You saw examples of sucrose, maltose, and lactose. Now polysaccharides will have many, two or more kind of monosaccharides will be there. And when there is a dehydration reaction, when the monomers come and stick together, because they are in sugars, they call as glycosidic bonds. Okay, glyco means sugar, and glycosidic linkages it is called. Okay, this kind of glycosidic linkages will happen over here, and these polysaccharides which will form, they may have two different functions. Apart from sugar, we all know they act as a fuel molecule which will give the economy to the whole manufacturing unit, that is the cell. They also, apart from that, they act as storage material, and they also build constructing materials. For example, for constructing a building, you need blocks of cement or bricks or anything, and the whole cell for construction, they will be using this particular sugars, or the polysaccharides are the raw materials. Okay, so I'll stop here before we go to next this thing, because it's post-lunch session. So till here, I'll be happy to anyone. If you have any question, I'll answer over here.